Yeah.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah, they're still there.
In the meantime, at least.
We'll do 4 Pinots out of 09. We have the red and the black pot. The new block just over here on red soil is the 828 clone. So we're going to do a clonal specific, 828 one, which will be really interesting. I've tried it out of the barrels and it is remarkable. What I think the issue, the primary difference is in terms of drainage. The black pot soil, not being quite so stony, tends to hold a lot more moisture. As a result, it's a darker soil, it's a more moist soil, and it has a much higher heat capacity, I think. It means it's slower to warm up, slower to cool down. So what I think that means is that we're getting, pretty dramatic different conditions around the root balls of the vines. And what that seems to translate to in terms of the wines, the red pot tends to be very, very aromatic, very bright fruit, almost feminine in styling. The wines tend to be very, very fruit forward and up front, very smooth, soft finish, not a lot of tannins. The black pots are kind of like the polar opposite. They're more muted on the bouquet. The fruit tends to be darker, not quite so prominent. The middle palate is big, where you get a lot of that richness, that mushroomy complexity, that forest floor sort of funkiness that you typically associate with Pinot. You get more spice and tannin on the finish.
And in terms of the other varietals, are you, like in the whites, you're just experimenting now with red pot versus black pot and Chardonnays?
That's right. First vintage is in the barrels. And we're planning to plant a block of black pot Pinot Gris this year, which will give us a red-black split on that variety. So we'll see how that turns out.
And do you anticipate it'll fall along the same lines as the Pinot in terms of masculine, feminine, or are you looking is totally new experiment?
It's totally new because whites have no skin contact. And, Dave will tell you that he thinks the black pot on average has smaller berries on the reds than in the whites. So that's going to have a profound impact when you're fermenting them. On the whites, it's not such a big factor. So it might be other differences in the great biochemistry that sort of comes to the fore. So we'll see. I'm not prejudging at this point. I'm just waiting to observe and see, what really happens.